And one thing that I've really learned, and I always think about it, is taking the path of least resistance, right? So sometimes if there's something you really want to work towards and you're really working towards a goal, doesn't mean because it's not coming easy, you stop. It just goes, you're knocking on the door and you're like, this isn't my door. So then you figure out what door you're going to knock on next. So it's like, if something is if it's a path of resistance, if you're pushing for something and it's not coming that easy to you, or doesn't feel like, oh, it's becoming a stress, like I'll literally start back from it now. And I go, this isn't my door. Let me think on this, because I'm going to have to work around this. There's another way I need to go. And it's never steered me wrong. So whenever I come up against something that's really resisting me, I'm like, that's not my door. I need to stop knocking on that door. That is not my door. Maybe it will open in the future, but right now that ain't open for me. So why am I putting my energy into that? And it's really helped me to say no and step back from things that don't serve me and put energy into things that are.
I love that so much. I mean, I've been listening or reading a little bit of like Deepak Chopra and the 7 laws of success. And it's kind of like, sometimes when you want something too much, or you're trying to make it happen too badly, you're actually kind of throwing yourself off, because you're your own worst. You're not actually ready for it, because you put so much emphasis into wanting it so badly, and you're tense, and you're like, I need to have it. It needs to be mine, without kind of, enjoying the journey. And enjoying where you're just being present and being in it, because you're just looking over there so fiercely.
It's so true. Like when I think back to my like career even prior to cancer, and like you're made to feel like you've got to choose a career at a certain age, and it's like the reason I even got into social media, because I started traditional marketing, then the online world opened up and I thought that looks like fun, and I just ended up going in all different alleyways, all different avenues to get to where I am now. And I think that's so important, isn't it? It's just to like, it's all right to have an ambition and a focus of where you'd like to be, but it doesn't have to be a linear path to get there. Like embrace the curves, embrace the bumps, the failures, because I'm telling you now, like all the failures, all the things that don't work out quite how you want them to, are the things where you end up doing what you're meant to be doing anyway.
100%.
I think.
I'm glad you touched on a little bit on coping mechanisms, and you touched on spirituality as well. The one thing that I know how to pick myself back up when I'm the lowest, or during that period of time, or even, every now and again during the seasons as it happens, you get low. Gratitude.
Always.
Gratitude is like, I write 10 things that I'm grateful for every night. And doing that when I was, laid up after the car crash, I started doing it maybe by the January. So I'd kind of gone through it, but I'm like, you need to get you out of this now. And I look back now and I see how my writing changed as the months went on. And it was really simple stuff, like I'm just grateful for my eyes, I'm grateful for my legs, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, I'm grateful for this, simple stuff to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you start to kind of like, you write more than 10 things, it's never ending. And sometimes you write the same thing and you realise that I'm so genuinely happy about where I am right now.
I do 3 a night.
Wow.
I write 3 a night. I've got one of those 5-year, line a day diaries.
Yeah.
I write in that section for the day, I'll do 3 gratitudes. And I'm not going to lie, like I go through phases of like 8 months where I do it every night, and then I'll drop it for 4 months.
Same. Same. But then you're good. It's because you're in a good place.
Yeah. And then I pick it back up again. But it is that thing of no matter what mood you're in that day, if you go to bed, even if you're not writing, if you close your eyes and you just name things that you're grateful for, people, things that happen that day, sometimes for me, be like, I'm grateful for that crisps and Sanager blue cheese dip because it tastes sick. I'm grateful for the cold air on my face with the window open. I'm grateful, that I get to see one of my best friends for a walk tomorrow. Like there's so many different things you can be grateful for, big and small. And what it does actually is it just rewires your brain to a place of feeling overwhelmed or scared and just being like, oh, do you know what? Like you said, life is good.